Everybody, welcome back to another recap of Love After Lockup here on Patreon. If you
Mm,
missed the first episode of this season, it was free for everybody. So you could
yeah.
watch, go on YouTube for free. It was called Free 4B in that episode. You get everything. And now we could, take our bras off, let our locks
Oh God,
down
thank God, thank
and
God.
really discuss uh, the shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, where would you like to end first? I
Mm. I think I would like to end with, let me see here. I think I would like to begin with the gays and end with probably Tres Leches. AKA Cincinnati has eyes.
okay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so um,
Let's start off with the
Joey and
gays.
Michael, the
Yeah.
gays. This is literally a hookup gone way too far.
Baby,
Like
when I tell you drag went
like
to the hemisphere.
right. And this was one of the episodes. Now, Chris Rogers usually hates watching this shit with me because he was like, I like trash TV, but these are like sad people. And I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Mm-hmm.
but he happened to watch this with me today. And he was like, he was like, I don't know these people, but this is going to be very bad for everyone involved. And I was like, if you could pick that up off of this 5-minute scene with them, then it is going to be bad for everybody. Like,
Yeah. 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 This is not good
it's
business.
not bueno. So like it's
Mm-mm.
release day. Joey is douched and dangerous and he is ready to go pick up his right. However, he is very nervous. And
Mm-hmm.
last season they harped on this a lot. Like there was drugs and also Michael's fidelity to
Mm-hmm.
Joey. Like
Mm-hmm.
he said he went to prison and he had a wang dang doodle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so monogamy isn't really his, zhuzh.
Yeah, it's not his jam. And the other
No.
problem here is that, and Joey says it out loud, they have two different ideas of relationships, and they are unclear as to where the other one stands. So Joey is ready to be monogamous and, feet first, and Michael he doesn't know where Michael stands, and I'm like, this is a fucking problem. This is a
Right. And it goes back to like, what do you talk about? Right? Like,
about.
y'all could have
You
like
know what they talk
amazing,
about.
impactful conversations via 1-800 Collect. You know what
That's
I
all you
mean?
can have.
Like,
Does that still exist?
no, it doesn't because we were watching old commercials and I called it and it does not
Calling it now.
exist. Okay.
Thank you for calling 1-800 Collect, powered by YMACTEL. Now, we
Oh,
can also assist you in making collect calls to wireless numbers. For rate information, please wait for instructions.
it
It
went to
works.
like a dial tone for me when I called, but this was like a year
Oh,
or two. It was during the pandemic, so
mm. Maybe
that's
they were,
interesting.
revamping.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Hmm.
But to the
I
point,
mean, okay, yeah, go
people need
ahead.
people. I mean, collect calls are important.
Yeah, they are.
They're important.
They're important. We may not have payphones anymore, but not everybody has access to. That's fascinating.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They still have payphones out in like rural areas. Like I remember when we were driving back from Sacramento, and we had to stop in Bakersfield, ironically, and they had a payphone, but also was Bakersfield. So there you go.
Airports,
But
bus stations, some businesses.
yeah, it was at a gas
Uh,
station
we removed our last payphone in 2022.
because was using it as urinals.
Yeah, they were urinals,
I've
and also for it. You
I've
know.
definitely pissed in a pay thing in my days in front of Splash when I was a young warthog. You
Ooh, and
know,
that's exactly why when I would have to use a payphone, I would
yeah,
have my tissue. My mother. That was all my mother's
yeah.
teaching. You take your tissue and you never hold it all the way up. You've got to,
No, it's you got to angulate the phone.
yep, exactly.
Yes. So, um, Michael gets out,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks like uh villainous John Waters, which is so funny because John Waters already looks villainous.
I think his
Uh,
daddy's Mexican, personally.
oh yes, I
Yeah,
get Latino vibes
yeah,
from
and he
him.
also kisses like a gulping fish.
Yeah, but I feel like that's by design, right? He don't have like
Lips.
a lip,
He don't.
and he
Yeah.
also does not he don't really have like intimacy training. So like
Well, that was
sorry.
that was I choked on my spit like my
Yeah.
grandpa.
Oh
That
yeah.
was actually my first thought. I was like, well, I didn't used to kiss the hose either. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So like Michael, gets his own confessional because he's out now. And he tells
Hmm.
us about his gay rearing. No pun intended. He talks he talks about like growing up how he hated being gay because A, he didn't
Yeah.
understand it and he hated being
Yeah.
othered. It was like common gay shit or whatever that they would put on an after school special or whatever.
I prayed not to be gay. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
effeminate. I was
Yeah.
effeminate in high school. Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, and then to toughen himself up, he went into the Navy. Although I don't think that was the reason. I feel like that was circumstantial. Um, if not opportunal. Exactly. And there is he had never, done the gay shit before, and while in the Navy, ironically, he met the love of his life. And they were together for
Hmm.
2 years. And
Hmm.
it sounds like they ended not because he cheated or anything, but because he chose the dirty over him, which was meth.
Yeah, I think. Well, what it sounded like to me was that he cheated.
Mm.
It ended them. It broke him. He linked up with home
Cronies
theys
from
from high school, right?
hmm
And then that's how he started using, and it might have been exacerbated by the heartbreak of his own up. I don't know. Yeah, that was a little bit unclear, but I think either scenario could work.
Yeah. Either way, his life got ruined with meth
Yeah.
after that.
Regardless, yeah, yeah.
Um, so after that, he's changing clothes or whatever. He's getting out of his prison garb, and uh, he's getting his phone and whatever. And Joey drops dime and lets him know, like, oh, well, you got a new number, you
Hmm.
know. And then so Michael starts to be like, whoa, 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 whoa! I told you, I don't no number, no new number. Why do I have a new number? And Joey was like, well, there might be some other shit missing in there. I don't know. Your mama did it. I ain't do nothing. So Michael gets in the car. He opens that phone. It is cleared. Nothing on it. Factory reset. And remember
Good.
last week, his mama erased it because he don't need to be in contact with his
Not
old fellows.
he needs to work at that. He's got to
Yes.
work at that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get to just be out here and we're going to give you free reign, to
Yeah.
all of your past
Right.
connections.
And good that they did it because the first thing they got him alone in confessions outside, not in like the little green screen hotel room or whatever. This nigga's outside on the interstate saying, I'm thinking about the first time I could get by myself and use.
And listen, it's not shaming to I good that you're being honest and transparent, but also my like no life's lessons. Like what are we learned nothing. He's like, and I
No.
want to use in a way. He's already plotting on being manipulative because he's like, I don't want to fuck this up, so I want to use in a way where I can get away with it. And it was
Right.
like, oh, this is just gonna be bad business all around,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's bad for everybody.
Bad for
Bad.
everybody. Yeah.
And I know that Joey, this is hard to say, but I don't think Joey is strong enough
He's not.
to say no to him
He's not.
in a moment where, especially Joey is so um in need or in desire of love and affection, specifically from Michael. And I
Yeah.
don't know what it is about Michael,
Well,
honestly.
I think Joey is in need in general. I think Joey's nose is wide the fuck open
And
for
this
him, but
man
I think,
has given him attention, and so therefore he feels as though this is his gateway
yeah,
to love and happiness or whatever the
yeah, Joey's not a strong individual. That's not a shame. It's just what it is. He's just not.
yeah,
So he
yeah,
stands up without a spine,
yeah,
um, and we're just gonna have to see how this horribly turns out.
yeah. And that was them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's move on to Jenna Bush and I don't know what to call him.
I don't either. I don't. Anxious
Bradley.
Andy. I don't. I
Yeah,
don't know.
because he looks like a tube of bologna. Like,
Yeah, he
remember
does.
remember that season
Yes.
of that,
Yes, I
gosh,
do.
that's been so many people ago.
We're
But
gonna have
yes,
to revisit. We're gonna have to do a revisit and a look back, an in-depth
yeah,
look back soon.
there's
But
so many couples that
he
have
does. He's
gone
like a moon cookie face. It's like face and then like features.
because then I'm like, are you Latino? Are you Asian?
No, no, no.
Because
I think he's white.
when you were thinner, you were like white and Asian looking. Like he gave like,
No, I think he's white.
well, I know that's the base.
Oh,
I just
oh,
don't. I didn't know,
the
any
ancestry.
if there's any other flavors,
I
added
think
to
he's
the
like
mix.
Irish or Italian or
White still the base.
yeah, like I don't know.
Got it.
So he's taking it all in as he's getting out, and thinking about the logistics of what he has to do. He's one of the most responsible inmates that we've ever seen get out. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I have to open a bank account. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to make sure this paperwork is set up. My job
I've
starts
never
Monday.
heard anybody say on
Yo,
this show, he said, I got to get my Medicaid set up. I said, oh, we done
Papa
broke
is about
the
his
fourth
business.
wall.
so then she's like, you want me to drive? Like, you wanna sit in the passenger seat so you can just like chill, scroll, do what you wanna do? He says, no, I do not want to be overstimulated by scrolling on my phone. I was like, yo, did you go to therapy in prison? Like, what is this?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I need to learn this because I am too overstimulated every time I look at my phone.
Exactly. And the self-control of like, no, I say no
Yeah,
right now because that's not
yeah,
going to be good for my spirit.
yeah,
I was like, working. So
yeah.
he finds out through her text to talk or whatever in her car, her
And
Bluetooth.
that would have I was on his side from all of this, bro.
Papa almost spawned a why the would you have that lady talking to us in the car? Oh, that tickled me. But he finds out through Siri, that he's going to be meeting Chenoa today, or seeing Chenoa today for dinner, and
Which
it wasn't
which
supposed to
pissed
happen
me
that
off
way.
because you are paroling there. You paroling. You gonna
He's
be at
not though. He's paroling
or
at his daddy's house.
or even still, what makes you think that you just go roll up to somebody's house and just
And
not
not
talk to
see them.
motherfuckers in there? You know what I
Well,
mean?
so remember they got in an argument some time back. They have
Yeah.
not communicated since. He knew he was gonna be eating with her grandma. Her grandma does the switch up. Is like, I don't feel good. Chenoa's gonna take my place. So he said, I was supposed to see Chenoa. It just wasn't supposed to be today.
Mm.
So it was like, all right, okay. But
Which makes sense because then later on,
you
she
see,
white womaned the whole thing.
exactly. So when they get there, Chenoa actually like taps into her professional experience of dealing with inmates and releases and all kinds of things, and she's affirming and reassuring Bradley why she's there in the first place.
If for whatever god awful reason you want more Jade and XD, make sure you subscribe to us on Patreon.